Welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age 2.
I've got something to
We're going
show
to
you.
do
Come and see.
Meryl's quest that she asked us about. And
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Why are you showing me this exactly?
she tells us about
It's not just a mirror.
what we
It is a mirror,
happened to
but
see in
it's
her room
magic, or it will
a
be.
while ago.
I've spent the last few years restoring this. One of my clan found it in the Brazilian forest, we think.
Poor Tamlin. We never found him. Just the shattered pieces of the Alluvion.
What's an alluvion?
Long ago, the elves had a kingdom. An empire that covered Thedas. And every city had an alluvion. The mirrors let them communicate across their empire. But I don't know how exactly. My people have lost so much. We know almost nothing of the days before Arlathan. This is a piece of our history.
What are you trying to do with this mirror?
At first, I just wanted to find Tamlin. But it's been too long. Tamlin is probably dead by now, if he wasn't already. But still, I know it can help my people. I can at least recover this one small part of our heritage.
This thing is what made the Keeper send you away, isn't it?
The Keeper wanted me to destroy the fragment I kept. She said our ancestors meant it to be forgotten. But it's a Keeper's place to remember. Even the dangerous things. We argued. I left. She's wrong. This mirror could teach us so much about who we once were.
Do you think the mirror had something to do with Tamlin's disappearance?
The ruin we tracked Tamlin to was full of traps and monstrous things. But we found no body. His trail ended at the broken pieces of Alluvion.
This thing may have killed someone and you brought it here.
It's not dangerous, I promise. I fixed it, or tried to, with blood magic. The mirror won't hurt anyone. But it doesn't work. I've tried everything, and I think it's because it needs to be finished with a special tool. An Arulin home, and my clan has one. It's been in their hands for generations.
Go talk to the Keeper then.
I just can't. You have no idea, the Keeper. I can't talk to her. We fight or talk circles around each other. She has a disappointed frown that turns your bones to jelly. Please, help me. You will, won't you?
I'll go with you.
Master Aranis, I'll find some way to repay you, I promise.
Well, seems she has an ancient Elvish artifact in her room, just sitting. And
you know, when I return to
Alluvions will pop up
and do
later in the series. And they look a lot different.
If you could train men to fight like you do, we'd be unstoppable.
I'm no leader,
It's
and I doubt humans would want me to.
strange to say the least,
Then why not
but
train elves?
not the first thing that's happened to
Who would admire all you've accomplished?
change like that.
I haven't accomplished anything.
No? You are your own man, living as you see fit. You give yourself too little credit.
You are being kind.
Not at all. Think about it.
What? Out here at Sundermount. Just gotta talk to the Keeper.
Keeper.
You returned to us, darling. Have you reconsidered this path at last?
She came to ask you for something.
Yes. Keeper, I need the Arulin home. The ancient carving blade that Master Island keeps.
I see. You wish to rebuild the Alluvion.
You don't have to approve of it. I'm invoking Via Sulavanen. I'll do whatever task you wish.
Well, I'm glad to know I can still disapprove. It is your right. I will give you a service to perform if you insist.
What did Meryl invoke?
Our history belongs to all Dalish, child. So our clan's most cherished relics can be claimed by everyone. Any Dalish can perform a service for the clan and gain ownership of such an item. For a time. That is what Merrill has invoked. Even if she has chosen to live apart, she is still one of the people.
Now, I kind of wonder if that right
Used by our wood shapers,
is
passed down for countless
actually
generations.
allowed to be used by
Our clan has carried it since before
the
fall
elves of the city that have not lived out
as
here.
Arlathan itself.
What's this service?
Avar Terrell has taken the lives
Because if so,
of our hunters. It lairs in a cavern in the
that's
mountainside.
kind of
Seek it out. slay it.
interesting, but
No one else must
there are also a lot of very
do this for us,
bad
and I will give
people
you
living in the
Elven Hall.
slums.
May the Dread Wolf never catch your scent.
And the cave we're looking for is to the left of where she was standing. And as always in a cave, if you do not like spiders in video games, well, spiders.
How about you?
And we find a
Rada,
Dalish
Valondine,
hunter dead.
What were the hunters doing in here?
The Keeper would have sent them to recover elven artifacts from the Varterol before the camp had to move in again.
So your keeper sent them to their deaths?
No. Normally they let the Dalish come and go as we please. Something must have provoked it. Why did this happen? Oh, Harshal, I am so sorry. I'll tell Inuria for you.
Yeah. And obviously, there are the various bits you can end up getting. Now, the amulets, once you find all of them, you're supposed to return them to the Keeper. And you obviously do that when you leave. But this quest is one of the more difficult companion quests to do. And that's because, sure, we've fought spiders before, spiders, no problem. But it's the, Vartel. It's behind the door. The Vartel itself is a very difficult and messy thing to fight if you don't have a decent setup of a party. because we'll be seeing it in a moment, so you can possibly understand what I'm
Tread carefully,
talking about.
Lethaline. May the trickster never find you in the beyond. We should give their clan amulets.
Hey, one of the hunters is alive.
I know you're there. Show yourself.
Hello? Praise Andraste. I mean the creators. I thought I'd never get out of... Meryl?
Anethera, Paul. Are you hurt?
Stay back. What do you want from me?
Paul, what's
This
wrong?
is quite strange.
I'm here to help.
Stay back! Don't touch me!
Be still. You'll attract the Varteral's attention.
No! Keep away from me, monster!
He is
Creators, help me! Someone, please!
quite upset at the sight of Meryl.
No! We have to catch him. Hurry!
She's not that scary. And there's the Varteral.
Hold on, Paul. We're coming.
Now, the reason the Varteral fight is annoying, if you don't have proper setup, such as we have Meryl spec'd out with Stone Grasp, locks the person in place, real useful.
I'll deal with this.
Is each one of those attacks that it does actually hurts a fair amount. We are just being kind of cheap because of where we're standing. Oh yeah, also the giant blotch on the ground that is horrible. But by standing basically behind one of the legs, it causes it so the actual damage point of the attack doesn't affect you.
I'll deal with this.
This is really good, and otherwise this would be an extremely hard fight. Other thing that helps us out is Sebastian is high on crit chance and criticals bypass armor, so he dies fairly easily.
Paul? Maybe it's not too late. Maybe we can get him to the Keeper. She can heal almost anything.
He's dead. There's nothing a healer can do now.
Why did you run? You shouldn't have run.
What did you do to scare this man to death?
Creators. I don't know.
Paul brought this on himself. He was a coward.
He wasn't. You, of all people, should understand the courage it takes to leave the world you know behind. Paul wasn't like the others. He was city-born, worldly. He ran away from the Denerim and found us. I thought if anyone would understand, he would. This... something is very wrong. I want to see the Keeper.
Oh. And with killing that, double check to make sure we loot everything around this area, we can head on back. And killing that, finished up our last thing for the herbalist task.
Paul, what was he thinking? He acted like I was a monster.
You are a monster.
And normally the walk back would be cut out, but see, it would normally be cut out, but considering every so often on the walk back, Meryl just kind of questions why. It's a nice little bit of dialogue. Needless to say,
They
though,
looked at me in the camp when we arrived.
whatever
They must think I'm worse than the Blight.
happened with the Dalish people to cause them to just really
Never hurt the clan.
not
Had no
like
reason
Meryl
to
enough
be
to
with me. None of this makes any
flee at the sight of her is strange, to say the least. And if you did not end up getting all the Hunter's amulets on your way in, you could possibly grab them on your way out. So that's always a good thing if you miss those. Only ones you could possibly easily miss are the ones that are tucked away in corners. With everything in our path dead, to the Keeper we go.
The Varterol is dead.
Masaranas. I'll breathe easier knowing that we will lose no more people to it.
We found these.
I'll return them to their families.
We lost Paul. In the cave, he fled at the sight of me. Straight into the Varterol.
Many of the clan fear you will bring back the corruption. Or worse, from the mirror.
And where did they get that idea?
I am their keeper, Dalain. It was my duty to warn them. It's still not too late for you to return to us. Reconsider. There's no need for you to live alone.
Must we go over this again? You'll never accept what I'm doing.
The Eluvian is a trap. It cost us Tamlin. It led you to blood magic. Will you let it twist you further from who you really are?
And who am I? We've done as you asked. Honor our bargain. Give me the Arulin home.
Hawk. Because Meryl won't listen, I give this heirloom of my clan to you for safekeeping. Please, don't let her do this.
Thank the creators. I thought maybe she'd go back on her word.
Is it worth
Keep her in
restoring
her
this
mouth.
mirror if it turns your clan against you?
Meryl asked first.
You know what it's like to
We came out all this way for a knife.
not just our land and
Were we going to let
freedom,
Meryl have this
history,
knife?
Stories, language, magic, rituals. Even our gods are gone. It is a sacrifice, but if the mirror restores even one fragment of the past, it's worth it.
What did the Keeper mean? The mirror led you to blood magic.
The shard I picked up was corrupted. I couldn't cleanse it without help. The Keeper refused. She said that it belonged to another time and should be left there. So I found a spirit. It gave me the power to purify the mirror through blood magic.
I've never heard of blood magic purifying anything.
Neither have I.
There's nothing inherently evil about blood magic. It's magic, like any other. The power that contaminated the mirror was too strong to be driven out by normal means. If I had piles of lyrium lying about, I could have used that, but I didn't. I used what I had.
Take the knife and let's get out of here.
Thank you. I knew you would understand. Let's be away from here. The others are giving me the evil eye.
Well, we'll talk to Meryl later. First, going to the
I've heard about the
gallows.
Magi outside of the Imperium, but I've never been in one.
There's a lot of talking to go on
Come
here.
here, considering
When you
who we're with.
bring
It would help if you didn't ask
Fenris and
questions like that.
Meryl.
This
Or
seems
Andrews.
more like a prison. I wonder if it's more effective than the circle I know.
How is the Imperial Circle of Magi different?
Once upon a time, it
We
was
do
all
get a
that is here.
little bit
Chantry
of a
watched the
peek
Magisters closely for
into
any
how
signs
the
of corruption or weakness. Then it changed.
other
Magisters were permitted to watch over their own, and
people
Templars
of
kept only to enforce the law. What happened next was
the
inevitable. The Magisters,
Dragon Age world, I guess, is the only thing I can think of.
powerful as they ever were.
Work like the only ones that we don't really have a clue on how they work really
Why
is
did
the
they stop?
Qunari.
You must remember that the attitude towards magic is different in Tevinter. Magisters came from wealthy families, bloodlines that had nurtured magical talent for countless generations. The Chantry was not trying to control poor peasants, but the scions of the greatest houses in the Imperium.
I thought the Magisters had been thrown down by the Chantry.
On the contrary, Andraste never defeated the Imperium. A great army conquered the south, but not the north. The Magisters eventually surrendered to the Chantry, but they did so on their terms. They kept their influence. Thus, they reclaimed what they lost over the centuries. Some battles are lost by inches.
You talk about the Magisters as if they are all evil.
I have no doubt that some are good and noble men, strong enough to resist temptation. But how many temptations do you wish to offer a man before he will give in? Blood magic is everywhere in Tevinter, from the lowliest apprentice up to the Archon himself.
You can't have seen this for yourself.
Daenerys talked about it often. Of course, they say it's forbidden. Behind the smiles and closed doors, however, it's a different matter. To be a Magister in Tevinter is to be glorious. To be a powerful Magister in Tevinter, that is worth any price.
You're saying the same thing could happen here?
If the mages were permitted to be their own watchers, of course. It is too easy for a mage to resort to blood magic if they feel the need is great enough. A mage can desire power, justice, revenge, protection. Any cause will do, and then they are lost.
The ones that are lost should be dealt with.
That is the question, isn't it? Who should deal with them? All I am saying is the Imperium offers no answer. All that Andraste did long ago to end the tyranny of magic has been undone.
She freed our people as well, but it was your Chantry that undid that.
And who enslaved us in the first place? Don't be naive. Power corrupts, as they say, and mages have power enough already.
According to everything I've seen, the Circle can't control mages anyhow.
And what is the alternative? Freedom is a noble ideal, but I see no oppression here. I see fear and danger. But enough. I'm sure we came here for a reason.
Yes. But while we're here,
Why do so many mages insist on running away from
Wanna
the sun? Where do they think
go turn in the papers we found with the tranquil
Orc,
solution to
the
colon.
new scion of the Amel family. Congratulations. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Is there anything I can help the Templars with?
Oh, you're kind to offer, but after what happened with Tirani 3 years ago, the Knight Commander has closed ranks. Our own men undergo weekly questioning, and she's eliminated all work with outsiders. It's hard to keep recruitment up enough to maintain our numbers.
Everyone seems concerned about the Qunari. What's the Templar stance?
They are heathens. They will stop at nothing less than the eradication of the Chantry. But we can't know the immediate goals of the Qunari in Kirkwall. Should it come to open conflict, we are the largest army in the city. We will be the ones to lead its defense.
Your Sir Ulrich was working on a plan to turn all mages tranquil.
I will not ask how you came by the personal effects of a man recently murdered within our own walls. It's true there has been some discussion of the idea, but as you can see, it has gone no further than that. The harrowing has served us well enough for centuries. It will be up to mages themselves whether they push us to more stringent measures.
It sounds like you support this.
The Tranquil Ritual was created as a mercy so that mages need not be killed out of hand for a threat they might pose. There is an argument to be made for applying it more widely. But many mages have made it clear they view the ritual as no better than death. They want no controls on them at all.
I was just leaving.
Make a watch over you.
And with a
There has to be a
quick
better
jaunt
way.
over here, turn in the herbalist task, and I'll see you
I'm amazed that you
next time.
my craft can begin anew.